As an old player who had his love for this game revitalized, I have been on a journey learning about the archetypes from the old days that I forgot about and a bunch of cards and archetypes that I've never heard of in my absence from the game. And today we're going to be talking about the Elder Entity cards. Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Kyle. I'm your guy with my YouTube channel. So the only card that I'm familiar with this is Elder Entity Norden. Other than that, I had no clue this is even an archetype. I know that Elder Entity Norden was like really good. It got banned for a while. Maybe it got banned, maybe it got limited. I'm not sure which, but I know that there was a little bit of controversy about it. But anyways, we're going to start off with a card that's not Elder Entity Norden, and this is another fusion monster. So I don't know if all of these are going to be fusion cards, but I guess we'll find out. So this card requires a Synchro monster and an XYZ monster. Must be special summoned from your extra deck by sending the above cards you control to the graveyard. Once per turn, you can special summon one level 4 monster from your hand. If this card is sent from to the graveyard, you can target one card on the field and destroy it. You can only special summon one once per turn. Okay. It has an okay effect. I don't think that this card's necessarily problematic, but I am only aware of one card that people were talking about that's really good. I like the fact that you don't need polymerization for it. It's not exactly easy to have a Synchro on an XYZ monster, but why I'm a little bit confused is if you have a Synchro monster and you have an XYZ monster out, wouldn't it probably be better to keep those monsters out instead of like this subpar card over here? I'm sure there's something more to this that I'm just not getting yet. Next up, we have the actual big boy over here, this being Elder Entity Norden. Okay, it's another 4-star, 2000 attack, Synchro or XYZ monster, and a Synchro or XYZ monster. When this card is special summoned, you can target one level 4 or lower monster in your graveyard, special summon it, but its effects are negated. Also, banish it when it leaves the field. I just clued into it because there's nothing special about Elder Entity Norden over here. Instant fusion, right? This is a target for instant fusion. It's the requirements for instant fusion are escaping me, but I think it's a 4-star. Is it just that? Okay, so you can just get a level 4 or lower monster from your graveyard. You can special summon it. You can get an XYZ summon. I don't know. A link summon. Maybe that's it because there's nothing that's crazy about this card, okay? But then again, maybe it's a different format that I wasn't exactly familiar with that people were talking about this card, okay? So I can't even read this. Old Entity? Cthulhu? I can't really see that. Alright, anyways. 1 tuner and 1 non-tuner monsters. If this card is Synchro summoned, you can return all rank 4 XYZ monsters on the field to the extra deck. If you fusion summon using this card as a fusion material, draw 1 card. An XYZ monster that was special summoned using this card of the field as an XY material gains this effect. If it is XYZ summons, draw 1 card. Okay. I'm getting it a little bit. So maybe we're going to have some... Okay, so the Elder Entities are probably fusion cards. The old entities are probably XYZs and Synchros. Either that or we'll have like another blank entity for the XYZ monsters. So you're going to constantly cycle them out and then they'll gain effects through that. Dude, the card artwork on these are absolutely beautiful, I must say. Okay, let's continue on over to the next... Oh, dude. Look at this piece of artwork, man. Incredible. I cannot wait to talk about those in a video. Alright, 1 tuner, 1 or more non-tuner monsters. If this card is sent from the monster zone to the graveyard, you can target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls, equip this card from your graveyard to that monster. That monster cannot attack, also its effects are negated. If this card leaves the field while equipped to an opponent's monster by this effect, take control of the monster that this card was equipped to. Okay, I don't mind that. That's a pretty good card. It's really weird for me to see that all of these like fusions and synchro monsters are just level 4s. A little bit strange. The attack's good. I like that, man. Very, very interesting and cool card. We also have, okay, Outer Entity, these ones are called. We have Outer Entity as a thought. Look at this. Some of the best artwork that we've seen, guys. I've never actually taken a look at these cards besides Elder Entity Norden. So this requires 3 level 5 monsters. You can also XYZ summon this card by using an Outer Entity XYZ monster you control as a material. Transfer its materials to this card. Cannot be used as a material for an XYZ summon. After this card was XYZ summoned, your opponent cannot activate monster effects for the rest of the turn. If this card has at least 3 materials, 1 fusion, 1 synchro, and 1 XYZ monster, you can detach 1 material to destroy all cards your opponent controls. Definitely a good card. It's a little bit difficult to get out. Now, the question is the juice worth the squeeze? Because of the way that I'm thinking of this, unless you have the other entity cards that you're using, typically I'm going to want my synchro, my XYZ, and my fusion monster on the field. But hey, maybe you just need to nuke some cards sometimes. I like the 2 effects that it has. I think this is a very, very good card. We also have Outer Entity Nyarla. Excuse me. So this is 0 attack, 2600 defense. When this card is XYZ summoned, you can discard any number of cards. Increase this card's rank by the number of discarded cards. Once per turn, While this card has an XYZ material, you can target one monster in your graveyard, detach all materials from this card, and if you do, attach that target this card as material. When a monster is attached by this effect, this card's type and attribute become the same as the monster's original type and attribute. Interesting. Every time we have an effect that goes that goes back to discarding cards, my mind goes to Dark World because I love the Dark World archetype so much. Detach all of the XYZ materials in this card. Attaches target from the graveyard as material. So I don't know what the purpose of it would be to change it. Maybe there's something that you benefit from. I like the idea of just getting an opponent's monster. That's always fun. But this one I'm not too sure of, to be honest with you. We also have a continuous spell, Dark Contract, with the entities, okay? When a DDD? What? Is this part of the DDD archetype? Alright, let's see. When a DDD monster of the below type is special summoned from the extra deck or to your field, you can activate the appropriate effect once per turn. Fusion, gain 1,000 life points. Synchro, your opponent cannot special summon the monster or target that special summon monster with card effects. XYZ, banish one card of the field to the graveyard. Pendulum, draw one card, then discard one card. Once per turn during your standby phase, take 2,000 damage. Doesn't seem like a good card. I am very confused because the entities are on the artwork right here. You have one of the cards, like it was one that we just took a look at, the outer entity card. So this must fit into it. Do people use this with the DDD cards? Is there like more DDD stuff that I'm not too familiar with? But anyways, we have a field spell called Dreamland, okay? This card can activate these effects depending on what monster types are on the field. You kind of get how this is working now. Fusion. Once per turn, if a monster is sent from your hand or field to the graveyard by a card effect except during the damage step, you can draw one card. Synchro. When a monster or monsters is normal summoned except during the damage step, you can increase their levels by 1. XYZ. Once per turn during your end phase, destroy the monster or monsters on the field of the highest level. You can only activate one Dreamland per turn. It doesn't really go crazy. Of course, the drawing effect is probably the best of it, but it's not really like unnecessary field spell in my opinion. It's just something that would help a little bit. Let's continue on over to the next card over here. We have trap cards to take a look at, okay? Declare one monster card type, Fusion, Synchro, or XYZ. If two or more monsters of the declared type are on the field, make each player send all monsters of that type from their field to the graveyard. That's an okay card, not even in this archetype. You could probably throw that in a side deck for just like really anything. If your opponents were having something that's like Fusion heavy, Synchro heavy, XYZ heavy, that wouldn't be bad. But then again, you would have to, if two or more monsters in the declared type are on the field. Okay, never mind. I was thinking like one person would have had to have each, but no, it's just a good card. All right, we have another spell card to take a look at over here. Not a continuous, okay? If you control exactly two monster types among Fusion, Synchro, and or XYZ, apply the following effect based on those types. If this is a very, very interesting archetype. Too bad there's not more cards to take a look at. Fusion and Synchro. Special summon one outer entity XYZ monster from your extra deck, and if you do, attach this card to a material. Synchro and XYZ. Special summon one elder entity fusion monster from your extra deck. XYZ and Fusion. Special summon one old entity Synchro monster from your extra deck. Okay. Very, very, very interesting. So you can get like an old entity, an elder entity, an outer entity. I didn't expect to take a look at different kind. I didn't know where I expected this archetype to go, but it's very interesting. I struggled to believe that this would work like as a deck type itself, especially in the modern game. But I think the cards are beautiful. I think the cards are unique, and I think it's very, very fun for an archetype. Why don't you guys check out this video on screen where we learn about some more cards? I would love to have you over there. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Take care, everybody.